Hey guys, today went undefeated at a tag team tournament with my mate. We both played Earthbearing Abyss. It was 4 rounds and it was just a whole lot of fun. The deck worked perfectly, the win condition no one could out, and when they did, it was already game. So here's the profile. So got the one-offs. Not much to say, but just the normal Burning Abyss player 1. I really want to play second Olympic, but I was struggling to keep out 40 cards. The 2 of Burning Abyss, I played 2 Skarm and then 2 Farther. Yeah, I like Skarm and Farther at 2 because if you mill 1, you can then send 1 for Beatrice if need be. And then for my normal summons, I had 1 Tour Guide, 1 Mathematician, and then 2 Rhino. I didn't want to clog up my hands up with too many normal summons because I've been in situations where I've had like 3 normal summons in my hand and all I can end on is like a Dante, and it's not good. So I like to keep the normal summons down to a minimum, and I'm also playing Hydrolander, so the limit on the names makes sense. So now on to the 3 extenders. We've got 3 of the best card, Gallus. I play this at 3 because it is probably the best extender in the deck, and it's an Earth or Block Dragon to banish. There's so many times that just summon this, special a Psychic Wielder, and then go for Cherubini, do the full combo, and end on Fossil Diner. It's so strong. Some of the other level 3s, we got Agent Saber, Gen X Ali Birdman, Psychic Wielder and Tracker. I like Sabers because if you send it to grave, it's an extra level 3 to help make Dante, and it helps stack your deck to mill, so that's always a good addition to the deck. I don't see many people playing the ally Birdman, and especially without the dangers, but I just love this card because if I summon Gallus, so I summon this, Birdman bounce back to hand to then summon again, so I mill a second card and burn for more. It's just nuts. And then the Wielder and Tracker are great because they're level 3 summon, they're both Earths, and there's not much else to say about them, they're just amazing extenders. So now onto the level 4 extenders. We'll play 1 Rune of the Dark Spirit, 1 Trick Clown, 1 Damage Juggler, and 2 Hat Trigger. So I would play a second Damage Juggler, I just couldn't find it on the day, so I went for the Luna instead. I love this package in Burning Abyss. It's so easy to make rank 4s. I've made Dweller like 3 times today. It's mad just because of these. Another thing that comes up is that this is an Earth, so you can make Nat Beast with it. So that's also a bonus with that card. It's also searchable for Damage Juggler, and it's a free special summon. Play the Bulb for the Nat Beast. And now I'll play the 2 Block Dragon. The reason I play 2 instead of 3 is because if you mill it off of Hydrolander, it is great, but you don't want to see multiples of it. And it's not the best card in the deck. It is a stupid card in Tag Team, of course, but in this deck, it's not the best. Like, there's so many other things I want to end on the field, but this is a very strong card. Search Gigantes and Fossil Diner. If you haven't normal summoned, so then you end on like a rank 4 plus Fossil Diner with an Avamax on the field, and that's very strong. So then offer search targets for Black Dragon, play 3 Gigantes. If I had a Rock Spirit, I'd play 2 and 2, but I only have a Gigantes, and then I play the 1 Fossil Diner. This won every game today. If I didn't set up on my turn, my teammate set up on his turn, plus an Avamax, so there was no way they can out this, and this card is so strong. And the best thing is when you send Beatrice, or use Beatrice to send Alec or Farther during your turn to banish it or negate it, so then you can make more special summons, and when it's the end phase, it comes back. So then your opponent still can't do anything. So now we go into our boss monsters. We've got 2 Hydralander and then 2 Dad. But our teaming today was 4 Dads are better than 1, because they are. This card won our round 3 because my teammate set up a mediocre board of Gorilla. Just because I had a Dark Arms in hand, so he kept at 3 Darks. So I just popped that on the field, ripped apart someone's field, set up Fossil Diner, and the other guy couldn't do anything. So this card is the MVP. And then the last 3 cards, 3 seconds light. It's a Pot of Greed +1. It is a mental card. There's so many times I've opened with a brick and just shuffled it back and then draw that tour guide off of it. It's nuts. So now going to the extra deck. Since it was a tag team, it was a best of 1, so there was no side deck for this. So played 2 Dante. So this is the Xyz. 2 Dante, Tornado, a Best Dweller, and a Beatrice. I've seen Burning Abyss players play 1 Dante, and to me that is just wrong. If you play Burning Abyss, you have to play at least 2. Dante is just so strong to go into, just mill every card, because there's been times that I have like 2 Dantes on the field, every turn just mill 6, and recycle stuff. For me, Burning Abyss has always been just a graveyard dot deck, and I always liked throwing in ways to make rank 4s. So when my locals was filled with Burning Abyss and Frank Kids, I put the Perform Mages in, I put the Baby Dragons in, like the Wyver Burster and Collapse Serpent, just to make Dweller. Because when a Abyss Dweller hits the field against Burning Abyss or Plant Kids, it is game over. As soon as you've got any sort of follow-up, that's your game. And Tornadoes are there just for versatility to out any back row decks. So on to the links, we've got a Cherubini, an Undertaker, and IP Masquerena. Cherubini, stupid card, Census Cost, and things where it points you can't be sure the card effects. It is a mental. Undercut because I couldn't think what else to throw in here, and IP was so strong. Making my Avamax not be sure of my card effects came up so many times, because I would end on the Avamax, my teammate would then normal summon Fossil Diner, and it would also be a full lockout. So it has protected me from things like Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, Dark Hole, Regeki, all them sort of just board wipes or non-targeting destruction. So that was amazing. And then for my Link 3s, I played Adiko Talker, Curious, and Draco Meister of the Tengi. I play this because it's a generic Link 3. Curious because if I have stuff on my field to get into a Block Dragon, or into a Curious, I can then send Block Dragon to make a rank 4, or I can then play, if I have a normal summon, I can then normal summon Fossil Diner, and it's just game. I'm a decode for generic Link 3, and it gets very big. So for my Link 4s, I only played 2. I played Boarsword and Crusadia Avamax. Everyone, pick up your copy of Avamax, it is so busted. There's been so many times when you just win games by summoning this card because some decks just can't out it. And Boarsword putty is working. For the Synchro, I only played Nat Beast. Summoned it once, I believe, so very strong. And then, of course, play Purple Dante, because everyone doesn't care about destroying Beatrice now, because no one thinks you're playing Purple Dante, and you end up playing it. So that was the deck profile from Tag Team today. It was a great event, it was a lot of fun. One of my opponents got very salty, but what can you say? Fossil is a very strong card. And see you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe.